Ooh, let's have a cup of tea.
Good morning and welcome to another video. So today we are still fixing up the Mercedes. It has a couple of little niggles which have emerged over time, and one of those is an interior rattle. So I know a lot of the W204s do this, especially for some reason the C63s. I think the mechanics were just focusing on the engine and didn't put that much thought into the interior. So there is a rattle behind my instrument cluster which I have to fix. You think it wouldn't bother you until we get about 30 minutes into a drive, and just that little rattle, oh, it drives me insane. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take it apart. I'm gonna try and cover it in felt, put it all back together, and then see if it rattles. I've got a driving clip to show you what it sounds like, which I'll insert now. That's with the microphone right next to the rattle, so you can hear it quite clearly there, but actually it's more like when you're driving, it's like a little someone just tapping on your head, and it's really, really irritating. So I've got to get rid of that, and I've no idea if it's going to be successful or not, but let's give it a go.
Please remember to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and turn all your notifications on so that you'll never miss my videos.
Right, so it's a lot hotter now than it was when I started filming. I don't know what it is, 24, 25 degrees, and I've got this massive flannel shirt on. So if I change halfway through, it's because I'm melting like an ice cream. I've got some of this, which is some sticky back foam, as well as some of this, which is some sticky back felt, which I'm hoping to sort of cut to shape and put behind the dashboard to stop the rattle. I will try and link the ones that I found in Hobbycraft, which is where these are from, in the description below, as well as my first ever set of trim tools, which are from Amtech. You can get these at Euro Car Parts, so I always steal Dave's, so I'm happy to have my own set now. I don't claim to know how to do this, but in order to get this piece off under here, you first have to get this piece off and then sort of take this off. This is the same process as if you were kind of changing the infotainment system on this and putting an Apple CarPlay unit inside it, which is how I've kind of guessed how to do it based off some videos that I saw on that. The only way to get into these, as we all know, is a pair of scissors. Anger does not help you when trying to open these shrink wrap packets. Gonna cut straight across there like that. First tool of the day, let's give it a go. There we go. So once you get it off a little bit, you can see the clips behind the panel, which is useful. Scarily, it comes off quite easily. Right, so now that that's loose, we have to disconnect these air vents from this trim piece. Now, there's some hook things inside of here, which I need to get, but I have no idea how to get them. You have to push them with like a metal rod or something, so. There we are. So it's my handy like homemade pick tool, which is actually just the end of a coat hanger. So what my tool was doing was coming in here, grabbing the inside of this, and then moving that clip in and out, you see it there, which then released the dash. And there's one of those on either side. Right, the sun's gone in, so I'm feeling like I'm in a hyper efficient mood now. Next up is this cover piece here. It's like the car knows that I'm coming for the rattle. It's given up now. It's like, oh, okay, fix me then. Fix me if you must. Now the top piece, which I believe might be the culprit of the rattle. Let's give it a go. There's no way that you could do this without the trim tools. A worthy £13 investment. There we go. Now, this is the point where I'm like, well, how far do I go? Because this, to me, sounds like the rattle. So it could be coming from loads of different places. What I think I'm gonna do is take this piece off, not disconnect it, but just take it off, and then try and sort of secure it better, because you hear that. There's definitely some ticking going on there. So how do I get this off? I think you meant to take this piece off. Yep, got it. It's horrible taking interior apart because if you scratch literally anything, you'll see it forever. They're horrible. Whoever thought that was a good idea at Mercedes to put those things on needs to be taken outside and disposed of. Now, I wouldn't actually recommend using a ratchet for this, but I can't find my screwdriver, so. Always be careful using a ratchet near a window as well. Oh, there we go. Oh, yes. No broken clips though, and that's the main thing. Probably an hour to get that out because I've never done it before. If you've done it before, it's probably 20 minutes. But there's already some felt on here, which is interesting. So I might just put felt everywhere and then see if that fixes it. What I'm doing now is just looking at how all these parts join together, and I'm actually going to put tape on each piece where they interact. All these little bits in here, there's kind of tiny witness marks, which means that they're definitely touching. So what I'm going to try and do is put a piece of felt there, piece of felt there, piece of felt there, and then that'll just eliminate any kind of like squeaks or rattles as it's driving along, because in all honesty, I don't entirely know where it comes from, but it sounds like it's roughly this area. So I've started here, and every point that I could see a witness mark on this trim piece, I've basically covered in felt, including all the clips here and all the way around the top and where it joins here. And then this piece I've done the same all the way around this kind of speedo ring, and then on these clips here, here, also on this end piece here, and these sort of inserts here as well. So it's thoroughly felted, and if that doesn't do it, then I despair. I can imagine it's a lot easier to put back in than it is to take out. So first things first, reconnect these electrical connectors. Found my screwdriver, so much better. Try and line it up sort of side by side, because you don't want it pulling at a weird angle. You want to go dip, 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 dip as you pull it in. God, it goes back together a lot quicker than it comes apart. Bottom cover felted as well. You've got to make sure that this little hole here has the little dial coming through it, so that you can change your trip and you set your computer here. We need to put the little cover pieces back on. Say one there. Like that. It's not squeaking when I squeeze it anymore, which is a good sign. Right, now we just need to put the big piece on there. There we go. There we are. Needs a firm press. And there we go. Hours and hours and hours of work, and hopefully I fixed it. I'm confident there is no longer a rattle. I've been driving around for about 20 minutes now, and it's just not coming back. I mean, if it does come back in the next 2 weeks, I'll write it in the description below at the bottom of this video. But so far, winner, winner, chicken dinner. I honestly love driving this car. It's kind of scary. My heart kind of goes doo-doo every time I get in the driver's seat of it, which I think is kind of part of the fun of it. If you want to try this on your W204 C-63, I can confirm it works. If it doesn't work, I'll leave it in the description below, letting you know that it doesn't work. But thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Cheers, bye-bye.